Sonia Duval, 18th of the 9th, 8 p.m. Sonia, can I start by asking you about the name of your winter collection, Black Ice? For someone so associated with colour, it seems an odd choice.
Well, black isn't a colour, it's a mood. Right now, I'm trying to give my clothes a more aggressive quality.
When you talk about aggression, is that something you feel yourself?
What do you mean?
All the adverse criticism you got last season and last spring in Milan.
I don't read the critics. There's so much jealousy in the fashion business, but I don't let it get to me. What was it?
Oh, someone's shooting at you! Get down!
Even Diana, Princess of Wales, has stuff by Sonia Duval. She's one of the country's top designers, and 3 weeks ago she started receiving death threats, anonymous letters, phone calls.
So why didn't we hear about it then?
Local police just thought it was the work of a crank at first. But last night's attack changes all that. Sonia's winter show was targeted in 2 of the letters, so I'm going to put a security net around the show until it's finished. I want a visible police presence front of house and undercover officers behind the scenes. SLADE, that's you. Oh, and Turner, if you're not too busy, I want you as well.
I am too busy.
Well, it can wait.
I can't go undercover. I'm not a detective.
Backstage, Turner, I need someone who can sew.
I can't sew.
Well, improvise. That's all.
Okay, down to the end. Dominic, Eva. That's right. Back you go, Charmaine. That's right, down. 2 turns. And the smoke should be starting about now. Where's the smoke, Clifford?
How's it going?
Funny, Slade. It's a complete waste of my time.
Well, you were right about the sewing. Is that why they call it cross-stitching?
Stop, stop, stop! What's happened to the smoke?
We'll have the smoke tomorrow.
You said that yesterday, Clifford. I want to see it now.
You'll have your smoke. You'll have your scrim. You'll have your barbed wire. You'll have everything you asked for.
I asked for the logo. The Black Ice logo.
It's right here. We were just waiting for a break. Can we have the logo now, please?
Sonia, is this okay? No, it's not okay. It's useless. I said I wanted the hem taken down 2 inches.
Yeah, but...
Do it again.
Hey, look on the bright side. It's only one more day.
Yes.
And if someone shoots her tonight, it means you can have tomorrow off.
No one's going to shoot her, Slade. If you ask me, Grisham's just overreacting.
How'd you work that one out?
She's not such a big name. I mean, no one buys her stuff anymore, so who'd want to see her dead?
Somebody who's already tried once.
Maybe. But hasn't it occurred to you that all this free publicity she's getting just before her big show might be exactly what she's looking for?
Who put that logo up? It was assembled here last night.
It's horrible! It's horrible!
Well, take it down, for heaven's sake.
Was there anyone in the church last night?
No, the building was locked, but anyone could have got in.
Slade, will you take me home?
We haven't done the finale.
I've had enough, Clifford. I want to go home.
Come on.
Come on, everyone, let's finish here.
Do you need a hand with that?
No. No, thank you.
Do you have any idea who might be doing this?
The way my dear sister treats people, it'd be easier to ask who doesn't want her dead.
Your sisters?
Wouldn't guess, would you?
No, I can see it now you mention it.
I'd look more like her if I could afford her sort of clothes and a year-round tan. Yeah, well, one day I'll show her.
What do you mean?
No, it doesn't matter. Now, if you don't mind,
you mind helping me with some of this stuff?
Yeah, no problem. Night duty, Morris?
Till bloody midnight.
Come in, Jeff.
I'll bring you out a cup of cocoa.
I just wish I knew why they were doing this.
Do you have any enemies?
Only the critics. They murdered my last show. Maybe they've decided to start on me.
How about personally?
People in this business may be crazy, but they're not mad.
Don't worry, you'll be all right.
I feel safe when I'm with you. You know, when they told me I had to have a police bodyguard, you're not at all what I expected.
Well, you were lucky. You could have got Morris.
Are you married?
I was.
You're a very attractive man, Jeff. You should let me dress you.
I don't think tangerine is my colour. Cheers.
Oh, you look knackered, Slade.
Yeah.
I bet. You there all night, then?
What do you think? Twisted your arm, then, did she? She certainly made it hard for me to say no. Nasty cold you got there, Morris?
All right for you, Slade. I was the one stood on that bloody doorstep. At least you've got a bed for the night.
Yeah, I dreamt of you. Hi.
Good morning.
Listen up. I won't keep you long. I just want you to check your positions for the day. Slade, Turner, backstage. Morris, Robson, in the audience, and the rest of you, as agreed. Okay, there's just one other thing. This is today's Express.
I thought we were trying to keep this out of the press.
Well, we were, but someone's been talking. The Sun, the Mirror, and the Mail have all got the same.
There was nothing in The Guardian.
This is going to make your task doubly difficult. We'll be watching Sonia Duval, but now the public will be watching us. Be careful. I don't want any mistakes.
Hi. What are you doing?
My job. The CPS want these results by the end of the week, so if you don't mind.
What's wrong, Holly? Did you get out of your time machine the wrong side this morning?
No.
Then what is it? Just got something to do with Sonia Duval?
Why should it have?
You don't like her, do you?
I don't trust her, and I still think this whole thing has been blown out of proportion.
So it's nothing personal, then?
No, personally, I don't like it either.
What's she done to upset you?
Nothing. You know, and I'm really happy for you. I just find it amazing you can be so
So what?
brazen.
Slade, there you are. What are you doing in here?
What's up, Chief?
It's been a development.
Yeah, a policy of this size is so unusual that when I saw this, well, I felt I had to speak to you.
What size are we talking about?
£3 million. Payable in the event of accidental or violent death. That's why I felt I had to talk to you when I saw the paper.
It's lucky you don't take The Guardian. Did Miss Duval take this policy out herself?
No, and that's just it. Thank you, Hopkins. Thank you.
Is there anything else, Mr. Letts?
No, that's all, thank you. Now, this is a corporate policy. It was taken out 6 months ago by Clifford James.
Sonia's business partner?
Yes, it's based on the projected loss of income in the event of her death, £3 million.
I take it Miss Duval does know about this?
Not necessarily, no.
But a policy of this size, she must have taken a medical.
Of course. But you see, 6 months ago, she took out a life insurance policy of her own.
So what you're saying is the one medical covered both the policies?
Exactly. Clifford James arranged the corporate policy. He would be the sole beneficiary.
Which gives him good reason to kill her.
Linda, darling. What? Sonia wanted some blue fake fur on the collar.
Clifford, can't you see?
I'll do it.
Thanks.
Clifford! Someone's taken the dat.
What?
The tape, the music for the show.
That's okay, Sonia's got it.
Why? There's only one copy.
I don't know why. You ask her, Carl. When she arrives.
Thank you, Slade. Will you put the car around the back? I have a place.
Sure. Good luck, and don't worry.
I'll be fine.
This way, Sonia.
Good morning, Dominic, Eva.
Last minute, darling.
Don't be a pig, Clifford. What the... Linda!
What is it?
What have you done, you stupid? I said I wanted the lilac fur on this collar. Lilac!
I'm sorry, but...
And this stitch work, it's dreadful.
That was my fault, Sonia. I did it.
Excuse me, but it was not your fault. She's meant to be in charge of the dresses. She's the one who screwed up.
Clifford said the blue.
So now it's Clifford's fault. I'm fed up with you.
Then you can do without me. I quit.
Good.
Wait a minute.
I'll sort this out. Come on, little love. Let's quieten down and have a little...
No, I've had enough. I've had enough of all of you.
Come into the office and let's simmer down, all right?
Right, everyone.
The dance.
Yes.
It's here.
I'd have liked to have had it tested, you know.
You tested it yesterday, Carl. What's the problem? Come on, everyone. Let's get this show together.
Slade?
Slade? No?
shuffle!
Move, out of the way, move!
The space!
All units, there's been a shooting. We have a suspect running north from the church.
Is there a doctor here?
I've had medical training.
That's not good enough. I want a goddamn doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Let him through.
Somebody call an ambulance.
Please, get an ambulance.
You've got to move her out of here.
What?
Somewhere private.
She has an office back there.
Right, help me with her.
I don't think you should try and
Just
move her.
call the bloody ambulance!
What's happened to you?
I got invited to a barbecue. What's happened here?
Sonia's been shot.
What? Where is she?
In the office. There's the doctor. How is she?
Sorry, there's nothing I could do.
It's unbelievable. Security blocks, body searches, the entire department in and around this building, day and night, and still somebody manages to shoot Sonia Duval right in front of your eyes. Shut it, Morris.
Sorry, Chief.
I take it the man you were chasing got away.
Yeah, he was last seen on the station road, but then he just disappeared.
Nice work. Did you get a description?
No, Chief. If I could have just got closer.
If you could have just run faster.
Are you sure the shots came from the chapel?
Turner?
Well, they just sounded, I don't know, nearer.
We found this gun behind the screen. The killer dropped it before he ran. Or she.
It could have been either. A man, a woman.
But you're sure it was human?
Check it for prints when we're finished here, will you, Turner?
Yes, Chief.
Was this chapel checked before the show began?
Yes.
So someone must have come in from the outside. What about the chapel door?
Well, I checked that too, but it was locked.
Okay, so they must have had a key.
Excuse me. Aren't we forgetting one other major issue here? While all this was going on, someone was also trying to kill me.
Yes, if you were locked in the boot of that car, how exactly did you get out?
Well, that's the point, Chief. It wasn't locked. If it had have been, I would never have been able to kick it open.
It doesn't make any sense. That's 30 officers here. Why pick on you?
I don't know. Maybe it was because I was closest to Sonia.
That's true.
What?
If Slade was attacked at the same time as Sonia was shot, that means there must have been two of them. So the question we should be asking ourselves is, who wasn't here when the shot was fired?
What about Clifford James?
No, he was here. I saw him. But I tell you who wasn't. Linda Duval. Sonia's sister.
Linda was hopeless, completely hopeless. I mean, she had this idea that she could design clothes herself, but of course it never came to anything.
Why did she work here?
She needed the money. Sonia helped her in every way that she could, but you know, Linda was never grateful.
The two of them argued before the show began.
Blue fur, lilac fur, I don't know. Maybe Sonia went a bit far, but she was always tense before a big show, and with all the threats. I tried to talk to Linda, but she wouldn't listen. She walked out that door, and that was the last I saw of her.
Excuse me. We've managed to lift a fingerprint off the gun.
Whose?
Linda's. I got a match from her sewing machine.
Do you have an address for Linda Duval?
Well, yes. Didn't you know? It's the same as Sonia's. Sonia had a self-contained flat at the top of her house, and she rented it out to Linda. At less than half the market rate. I told you, Sonia did everything she could to help that girl. Everything, and more.
That's it, up there. She's got her own entrance round the back.
What?
Her clothes, nothing. She's packed and gone.
Come and look at these. Linda's designs. They're not bad. In fact, they're good.
I'm sure they give her lots of encouragement in Holloway.
What?
If we find her. Well, at least we know who did it.
I don't think we do.
What? Of course it was her. 1, she was jealous of Sonia.
According to Clifford.
2, it was her fingerprints on the rifle. And 3, she's just done a runner.
I don't think she has.
Her clothes!
Yes, but why leave these behind? These must have mattered to her more than what she was wearing.
Excuse me? You were the one who named her in the first place. Wasn't it you who found the print on the gun?
Yes, but I talked to her. Linda was unhappy, frustrated, but there wasn't any violence there.
She did it.
No! There's something else. If you ask me, there's something wrong about this whole thing.
Go on. Well, go on.
First, there was a shot. Now, I don't think it came from the chapel.
But that was where we found the gun.
Second, why was Clifford so anxious to move Sonia after she'd been shot? That was the last thing I would have done.
Meaning?
Meaning, maybe she was going to tell me something. Maybe there was something Clifford didn't want me to hear.
No, it was Linda and another. We find her, we find the other. Case closed.
Slade? How can you be so
right.
so wrong? I'll show you. I shouldn't be doing this.
Why? What's the problem?
You are. Ever since I told you about the machine, I've had nothing but trouble. I've been locked up in jail, had lunatics chasing me, 2 car smashes, been attacked with a knife.
Yes, and you've also solved 2 murders, a blackmail racket and an art fraud.
Yes, but it's not my world, Slade. I'm a scientist, not a detective. Just promise me you won't do anything irresponsible.
Me?
Remember what I told you about schisms?
Schism?
A clash of 2 temporal dimensions. You and you colliding in time. Now, it's only theoretical, but according to the theory, if you make eye contact with yourself, the result could be a massive implosion.
Painful.
No, not just for you, Slade, for the entire universe.
Okay, all right.
It's ready.
Right. Let's go. What?
Well, we've gone back a little further than I'm used to.
Oh, tell me we're going to step outside into the Great Plague.
Not that far. 20 hours.
8 o'clock yesterday evening. Let's go to church.
So, this is where Sonia was taken after she'd been shot.
It's also the last place you saw Linda before she disappeared. Empty.
That leads outside.
Clifford James and Linda Duval went into the office together, right?
Yes.
Now, I was parking the car just over there, so Clifford could easily have come out, coshed me, and all the rest of it, and still got back in time.
And do you think that Linda...
Went this way.
But the 2 of them working together, why?
The money. Clifford takes me, Linda takes her sister. That's £1.5 million each.
But that still doesn't answer Grisham's question. Why try to kill you?
I'm working on it.
This is where Nicky saw someone with a gun.
Didn't say it was a woman.
Didn't say it wasn't.
Whoever it was had a clear view of the stage.
And a quick way out.
It can't have been Linda. If she was really planning to kill her sister, why bother with letters and death threats in the first place?
Ah, glad you asked that one.
There's a guard.
It's okay, he's going for a cup of coffee.
How do you know?
Intuition.
Have you got any money on you?
About a fiver. Why?
I just realised we're going to need a place to stay. A hotel.
Well, what's wrong with your place?
I'm there. The other me.
The schism.
Right. I haven't got a penny on me.
Well, I'm okay. I can go back to my place.
You're not there?
No. You can come if you like. But I warn you, it's not up to much.
Okay. It's a bed for the night.
I won't go that far.
What happened to the furniture?
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. Once I'd finished paying for the flat, I couldn't afford the furniture.
It's very you.
What, big and empty?
Original. How did you find it?
What, this place? Well, it was through an investigation. Murder.
Oh, don't tell me you got this flat from someone who was murdered.
Oh, no. No, he was the murderer. I found him under accommodation. Do you want a beer?
Have you got any wine?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, beer's fine. Who's this?
Hmm? Oh, just someone I know.
Here.
Thanks.
This twist top. Won't last, do you?
Well, I wouldn't mind. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You must be hungry.
I'm starving.
Right, I'll see what I can do then.
Smells delicious, Slade.
You sound surprised.
No. Yes. No, I don't know. So much about you I don't know.
Cheers.
So, tell me then, why did you join the police?
My dad was a policeman.
Was?
Yeah, he's retired. I don't see him anymore.
Do you live here alone?
Mm-hmm.
The girl in the picture?
And she's dead.
Oh.
No, it happened a long time ago.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, don't worry, it's okay.
Did she teach you how to cook?
No, that was my mum.
This has been a wonderful evening, Slade.
Maybe one day your machine can send us back a week.
We'd have to book into a hotel then. Somewhere where we couldn't bump into ourselves.
Well, there's no chance of that tonight.
No?
No. I won't be back until the morning.
So, where are you?
What?
Well, I'm asleep in my flat. You won't be back till the morning. Where are... Oh, my God, you're with her, aren't you?
Who?
Sonia Duval. How could I forget?
What do you mean?
Here you are entertaining me with pasta and designer beer in one time zone, while at the very same time...
Hang on, whoever gave you that idea?
You did! Boasting about it like...
What?
Do you know how that makes me feel, Slade? Do you know how cheap that makes me feel? No!
What did you do that for?
I don't want to talk to you.
Right. Fine. Fine. That's what you want to believe. This is the bedroom. One bed, one mattress, one duvet.
I'm sleeping down here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
We've got 8.5 hours till we need to be back at the machine.
5 hours until the start of the show. Aha, here's Linda Duval.
And that's Clifford James.
Clifford James and Linda. Interesting. These drawers were empty the last time we were here. What do I mean the next time we're here?
You mean before we time traveled?
Right. The thing is, she's left for the show, but she hasn't packed.
Which proves it can't have been her.
Why not?
If she wanted to make a quick getaway after shooting her sister, she'd have got these things ready by now.
Yeah, you've got a point. Look, do you want to talk?
What about?
About last night. I just don't
Forget
understand.
it. I haven't got anything to say.
Well, maybe I have.
What are you doing here?
Sonia, do you often come up here?
No, hardly ever. But I heard voices. I was worried. Why are you here?
It's just a security check.
Security? But you don't think Linda's got anything to do with these threats?
No.
Slade, we've got that last-minute briefing, remember?
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, well, I've got to get changed so I can come and pick you up.
Right. But this time, why didn't you use the front door?
By the way, I don't want you to go out on the catwalk.
What?
At the end of the show, that is what you do, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Well, it could be dangerous.
But I have to. It's the finale. I always go out with my models.
No, not this time. I'll stick with you backstage. I think it's for the best.
Whatever you say.
You never give up, do you? Trying to change the past?
Well, you never know.
No, that's just the point, you do. Anyway, whatever you may have told Sonia, you mustn't go backstage.
Why not? Oh, schisms.
It's not just that. If anyone sees you, how are you going to explain how you managed to be in 2 places at once? No one must know about the machine, Slade. Now, you promised me...
Okay, I'll keep out of sight. What about you?
I'm going to watch you get knocked out.
But you won't stop them.
It'll happen the way it happened. Except this time, I'm going to see who did it.
That's her, boys. She's got John quick.
Right, that's where I'm going to park in about 5 minutes. I'll meet you back here. And don't worry, no schisms. Just make sure you get a good description of whoever it is.
Oh, I can do better than that.
Brilliant.
All units, there's been a shooting. We have a suspect running north from the church.
Everyone went chasing after someone, realised it must be you.
How did you know where I was?
The briefing. Don't you remember? Morris said he lost you on Station Road.
Of course. Good girl. Woo! Polaroids, you got them. Oh, this is brilliant. This is so brilliant. I can't believe you don't enjoy this.
The man who hit you was a doctor.
No, he's not a doctor. But I know who he is. So much for the evidence.
I couldn't have taken these pictures in this time zone because in this time zone I wasn't there. So it's a paradox.
And don't tell me time won't allow paradoxes.
You're learning.
Right. Now, let me get this straight. This doctor knocked me out, drove off, and came back on a motorbike.
He went into the church, then when it was all over, he came out again.
But he picked somebody up.
They came out of the office, but I couldn't see who it was. They were wearing a motorbike helmet. Must have been Linda Duval after all. Did you see who fired the gun?
Nobody fired the gun. The gun didn't fire.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it all makes sense. You just have to look at it the right way.
Why are we waiting here?
Because I want to make sure they're together, Chief. They should be coming out any minute now.
How do you know?
Because they're booked on the 6:50 flight to Miami. First class, of course.
So who actually lives here, then?
It's rented. In the name of Hopkins.
Andrew Hopkins.
Or Dr. Hopkins, when it suits him. You know, you've really got to hand it to them. When a man in the crowd shouts, "Let me through, I'm a doctor," everyone assumes he is a doctor, and that is the way it all worked.
You've got them, Slade. They're moving now.
There!
Go.
Clifford James, you know. This is Andrew Hopkins.
Yes, but who is he?
He's the clerk who arranged Sonia's insurance.
Well done, Nicky. He's also the man who tried to kill me. Here, Morris, look after him for me, will you?
Are you saying the two of them killed her?
Not exactly. Excuse me. It was three of them. Hopkins, James, Sonia Duval. It was all an insurance fraud. A big, big insurance fraud.
£3 billion worth.
3.2 if there's a bonus yield from the growth in underlying investment.
Hopkins knew that if you're going to fake your own death for that sort of money, you're going to have to do it properly. That's why he started off with the threatening letters and phone calls, and then, of course, that phony shooting at Sonia's house.
They wanted to make sure we'd all be at the fashion show.
What better witnesses than an entire police department?
But we saw Sonia shot. We were there.
Ah, wrong. There were no actual shots. Sonia had recorded them onto the soundtrack.
So who is it in the morgue?
Her sister.
Correct.
Linda Duval.
Clifford James takes Linda into the office and shoots her. He then dresses her in the same clothes as Sonia and hides her in the cupboard in the corner.
So Sonia's pretending to be dead. Clifford and the doctor take her into the office.
And they swap places. Clifford had already planted the gun in the chapel with Linda's fingerprints on it, and Sonia simply cleared out Linda's flat to make it look like she'd done a runner. Easy.
But I don't get it. I mean, how could anyone mistake Linda Duval for her sister?
Nobody looked. Everyone had clearly seen Sonia get shot, so there was no reason to doubt the body wasn't Sonia.
Except it wasn't.
I never trusted her right from the start. Okie dokie, spit it out.
What?
This business with Sonia and me.
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, maybe I do. Ever gave you the idea that I'd spent the night with her?
You did. I heard you talking back at the office.
Go on.
It's none of my business.
No, tell me. Tell me, I want to know.
It was on the main stairs coming in. You were saying how you spent the night. She twisted your arm. You found it hard to say no. I mean, even Morris knew you'd been given a bed for the night.
Oh.
Not, of course, that it's anything to do with me.
It was a roll-up bed, Holly, in the church. Grisham twisted my arm. She asked me to sleep in the church for extra security. Do you remember that guard that came in when we were in the chapel?
That wasn't you.
Well, how else did I know he was going for a coffee?
Oh, no.
Oh, you don't really think I fancied her, do you?
No. Yes. Yes. It's because you fancied her, you nearly got yourself killed. Haven't you worked it out yet? When we were time traveling, you told Sonia that you were going to stop her going onto the catwalk. As far as she was concerned, that was going to ruin her plan. That's why she tried to have you burned.
Yeah, but I escaped.
With a little help from a friend.
You didn't.
What, you thought the car unlocked itself?
But hang on. That means you changed the past.
No. I was the past. Quite different.
I think we should start again. Would you like a beer?
Have you got any wine?
Yeah. As it happens, I have.
You wouldn't have any glasses as well, by any chance?
Dinner?
We cannot change the past. There are deterministic webs that stitch up the past and the present. The most obvious example is the man who travels back in time and kills his grandmother. If he did so, he wouldn't have existed in the first place. This, of course, is a paradox. Time, therefore, has to protect the past. This is what Stephen Hawking described in his chronology protection hypothesis. Past events must happen as they have happened. We may not always like it, but unless we learn to accept it, the very notion of time travel will remain forever out of our reach.
Miss Turner.
Professor Bernstein.
Yes. I must say I greatly enjoyed your lecture, with reservations, and I agree with you about the immutability of time.
Thank you.
Of course, it's all hypothetical. Despite your father's remarkable work, time travel will never actually be achieved.
If you say so, Professor Bernstein.
Yes.
Shooting in the Albemarle Arcade. We go live to our reporter, Chris Wimble.
The man who has Miss Turner.
Excuse me, can you turn that up?
SLADE. And behind me I can see paramedics rushing him to intensive care. SLADE is currently at St. David's, where he is awaiting major surgery. His assailant has been identified as John Crowley, a known criminal with several convictions for violent assault and armed robbery. Police have not yet issued a statement, but we anticipate receiving one within the next few hours.
There's a detective, Slade. He was shot by a man called Crowley. Now, he's been brought here.
Are you a relative?
No, I'm a friend. How is he?
What's his name again?
Slade, Jeff Slade.
He's still in trauma, I'm afraid.
When was he shot?
I'm sorry?
When did Crowley shoot him? What was the exact time?
It was 6 o'clock.
Exactly 6 o'clock?
Yes, madam.
Talk to you now, Danny. I'm sorry.
I mean, you can't talk to me. You just did.
Did I?
Yeah. You came in just now. Hey, how did you do that?
Nice carpet, Danny. Eight o'clock.
Will DS Sharp come to interview room 2? DS Sharp to interview room 2.
Frank, have you seen Slade?
You just missed him. Yeah, I thought you had the day off today.
Where did they go?
Clifton Street. Some artist was murdered last night. Stabbed in the back or shot or something. I don't know. The chief went down with the whole bunch of them.
Including Slade?
Nah, he was late. As usual. He followed on.
His name's Ken Jabara. He's inside. So's the chief.
Found the dead body yet, Morris? I'll give you a clue. It's the one that isn't breathing.
Nice of you to show up, Slade.
Morning, Chief.
You're late.
Not as late as him. What's happened?
Time of death was about 10 o'clock last night. Shot in the back of the head while he was working. Probably didn't hear anything.
Any signs of forced entry?
No. No, front door was locked. Garden door was open. Through there.
So whoever it was could have come in from there and...
Exactly.
Any of these actually sell?
We're talking about Ken Jabara, Slade. Don't you ever read the newspapers?
Only do the crossword.
He was probably the most exciting new artist of his generation. Certainly the most expensive. These pictures are worth thousands. Well, tens of thousands now that he's dead.
Any of them missing?
Morris?
They're all here, Chief.
How do you know?
Jabara kept a catalogue. They're all in here.
What about this one?
Oh, that's an empty frame, Slade.
Yeah, very observant. But it might have had a painting in it last night. There's a brush in his hand.
All right, that one isn't in here. Yet.
It doesn't look like there's going to be either. No title, no description. If you're going to nick a painting, wouldn't that be the one to choose?
You better move fast on this, Slade. If this gets out, it's going to be front page news. Above the crossword. Morris?
Who reported the death?
The guy who lives next door. He heard the shot and called us. His name's Kelly. Keeps cats.
Mr. Kelly, how long have you lived next door to Mr. Jabara?
Oh, well, I've been here 30 years. He only come, what, 10 years ago? Oh, you are getting heavy, Kenneth.
What exactly did you hear last night?
Well, I've already said. I was just seeing to Hattie. She's got an ear infection. And I heard a shot. Must have been about 9:45.
And you're sure it was a gunshot? I mean, how do you know it wasn't a car backfiring?
I know the sound of a shot. 10 years in the army. Came from next door.
And what did you do?
Well, I went in there because that's where the phone is and called you lot. Then I came back in here, lit a fag, and that's when I saw her.
Who?
She was coming out of Jabara's. She was carrying something. About as big as that. Then she hurried down the road, and that was it. The police arrived a few minutes later.
Thanks. So what do we know about Ken Jabara, then?
I think I can help you there, Slade. He was very much part of the school of abstract expressionism, influenced by the Russian artist Kazimir Malevich. His works are characterized by a formal simplicity and a bimorphic form language, which some people think he borrowed from Yves Tanguy.
Nicky, can we have some personal details, please? I doubt very much whether he was murdered because someone didn't appreciate his bimorphic form language.
He was married and divorced acrimoniously, by all accounts. He was stinking rich, but mean with it.
Right. What about the ex-Mrs. Jabara?
She owns a shop on the Westmore Road.
Right.
Oh, it was a woman Kelly saw.
Good work, Nicky. Hang on a minute. Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing down here?
I heard about the murder.
I think you had the day off today. Some sort of conference, wasn't it? Mad Scientists Anonymous.
No, it was cancelled.
Was it?
Professor Bernstein, the organiser, he couldn't make it, so I came back to work.
Well, you didn't need to come down here. We'd have sent any evidence up to the lab.
Is there any evidence?
No, not yet.
Well, I'm not needed down there then, am I?
Do you want to help?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, of course.
Why didn't you say so in the first place? Come on. His name was Jabara. Do you know him?
No.
Oh, you surprised me. He was probably the most exciting artist of his generation.
Where are you going?
Where do you think we're going? We're going to your flat.
No. No, stop the car.
What do you mean?
Just do it.
Holly.
I didn't mean time travel. That's not what I meant.
Well, what did you mean? How else can you help me? We go back in time, we see who pulled the trigger, and we solve the murder.
No.
Hang on, you cancel your day off. You turn up at the scene of the crime before you've been assigned to the case, and you come looking for me. If you don't want to use the machine, why are you here?
I can't use the machine, even if I did want to.
Why not?
It's the gravity simulator. There's a malfunction in the booster circuits.
How long will it take to fix it?
It'll take me a month just to pay for the parts.
Okay, fine. I'll drop you at the office.
No.
What?
Well, I thought I'd stick with you. Why not? It's my day off.
You want to stick with me?
Yeah.
Fine. I'm going to go and see Jabara's wife.
So he's dead? What's that got to do with me? I didn't kill him.
When did you last see him?
I don't know.
A week ago? A month ago?
Maybe a couple of weeks. These days I only get to talk to Ken through his solicitor.
Oh, you're trying to come to a settlement.
I'm trying to get what's rightfully mine. Ken had perfected a system of non-cooperation. I'd have got what I wanted in the end if I hadn't starved to death in the process.
So you weren't at your husband's studio last night?
Ex-husband.
Sorry.
I told you. No.
Do you have a key?
To the studio? I may still have it. I don't know. Anyway, it's probably changed all the locks.
Did your ex-husband have any enemies, Mrs. Jabara?
He certainly didn't have any friends.
Was there anyone close to him?
The only people close to Ken were the people who bought his work. You should talk to Brett Levinson.
Who's that?
Just a dealer. He was always in and out of the place. Bought everything he could lay his hands on.
Do you know where we can find him?
Sure. The Yellow Pages. It's got a gallery.
Did your ex-husband know a man named Crowley?
Who?
Crowley.
No, I never heard that name.
Crowley?
It's just a name I heard. So, what now?
Wait in the car. I'm just going to make a phone call. Yes, good morning. I wonder if you can help me. Can I speak to Professor Bernstein, please?
Yes, sir, he's right here. Professor Bernstein?
Yes, yes. Yes.
Professor Bernstein.
This is he. Who is this speaking?
Ah, I'm glad you're there. I was told you might not make it.
No, I have no plans to miss the conference.
What about Holly Turner? Is she there?
Yes. I believe she's our next speaker. Do you wish to speak to her?
No, that's fine. I'll call back. Thank you.
Extraordinary.
What was that about?
There's been a development.
Anything serious?
No. Certainly surprised, though.
Hello, Mike.
Asia?
So, what was that about?
What was what about?
Phone.
Oh, that. Nothing. Just Professor Bernstein telling me that you're at the conference. Oh, hang on a minute. You're also here. Must have got it wrong.
You spoke to Bernstein?
Yeah. He didn't cancel and your machine isn't broken. You've time travelled, haven't you?
How did you guess?
You didn't exactly make it difficult. I saw the watch. What's going on?
I can't tell you.
You told me you weren't going to use the machine again, not to solve crimes.
Yes?
So what's different about the death of Ken Jabara?
It's not Jabara. It's you.
Me? Something's going to happen to me?
Yes.
Well, would you mind telling me what exactly? I take it I'm not about to win the lottery.
I can't tell you. Look, I wish I could. but I have to think of the consequences.
What consequences?
All right, I tell you to cross that street. And you do as I say, then a car swerves to avoid you, and everyone in the car is killed. Now, that is my fault. I have killed them. We're not alone, Slade. Everyone's destiny is tied up together. I mean, I shouldn't even be here talking to you.
So why are you here?
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be here.
But wait a minute. I'm not going to let you out of my sight now.
Please.
Who is Crowley? Has he got something to do with Ken Jabara?
Who?
The artist. I'm investigating his murder.
I don't know.
Well, Jabara's wife didn't know who he was. So maybe his dealer will. Is it a heart attack? Car crash? Do I get attacked by a berserk jeweller? Because if so, I don't think we should be weighing out here.
I don't know who he is.
I don't understand you, Holly. If you're not going to tell me anything, why did you bother travelling back?
Because I had to.
Serious, isn't it?
Yes, Slade, it's serious. Now, let's go and find this dealer.
I heard it on the news. I have to say it's a great loss to the art world, an incalculable loss. Jabara was at the peak of his powers.
How do you feel about it personally, Miss Levinson?
Personally?
Did you know him?
Hardly at all.
But you have been to his studio?
I bought from him, yes.
According to his wife, you were in and out all the time.
Out rather faster than I was in. He wasn't a sociable man, Mr. Slade. I'm sure Louise will be the first to tell you that. There was a lot of animosity between them.
What will his death do to his prices?
Well, of course, they'll rise.
By how much?
It's impossible to say.
According to Jabara's catalogue, you recently paid him £90,000 for a set of 3 paintings, the Red Circles.
Oh, yes, that was a couple of months ago.
Do you still have them?
I wish I did. As you can see, I have nothing by Jabara now.
So where are they?
I sold them. It was a Saudi Arabian gentleman, a cash purchase.
Is that usual?
Entirely so. These days, art has itself become a form of currency, and rather more reliable than the standard financial market.
So you've no idea how much his paintings would be worth now?
Well, it depends on how the markets react. The news of his death.
What about Crowley?
I'm sorry?
Do you know a man called Crowley?
I think he's hiding something.
Why should I be worried about Jabara when I'm worrying about what's going to happen to me? Please tell me what you know.
I can't.
OK, I'm out of here. What's to stop me jumping on the next plane to South America?
Well, that's great. And what happens if Crowley turns out to be the pilot? I don't know who he is, Slade, and by me trying to help you, I could push you right into his hands. I mean, he could be anyone.
What?
The guy in black, that's Crowley.
No, come on.
We mustn't lose him.
It's gone.
We'll have to find him, Slade.
Why? Holly, come on, tell me. Who is he?
He's a man who's going to shoot you.
What?
He's the man who's going to shoot you. 6 o'clock today, you're going to get shot, and there's nothing we can do about it.
What do you mean you can't find him?
I mean, I don't know where he is, Chief.
I know what you mean, Robson. I didn't mean that. It was a rhetorical question.
Oh, right.
Right. Slade ought to be here. Morris?
We may have got something, Chief. Louise Jabara, the ex-wife.
What about her?
We found these letters searching through Jabara's studio. They're from her. They make interesting reading.
Go on.
Ken, I have written to you. I have rung you a dozen times, but you still refuse to even acknowledge I exist. You ignore my solicitor.
The entire letter, Morris. Get to the point.
Well, she threatens to kill him. Look, here and here.
So why isn't she in here being questioned?
Well, that's down to Slade.
Well, I'm sure he knows what he's doing, Chief.
Oh, really, Robson? And what exactly do you think that is?
I don't know, actually.
Right. Well, I want you both to go out and search Louise Jabara's home and then her place of work. There is still one canvas to be accounted for.
Yes, Chief.
And find Slade.
Yes, Chief. So you got it? Nice guy, nasty guy. You want me to be the nasty guy?
What are you so worried about? I'm not meant to be here. At the moment, I am here and at the conference. How do you think I explain that?
What about me? I'm investigating my own shooting. I don't think that would be too easy to explain. Are you sure it was a mugshot you saw?
Yeah, I saw it on the news.
Well, it should be on here then.
Crowley with an O.
There we are. John Crowley, age 35. Burglary, armed robbery, aggravated assault, GBH. He's been in and out of prison all his life. More in than out.
Yeah, but he's out now.
Let's go and say hello.
Look, maybe this is exactly the wrong thing to be doing. Maybe you should be trying to avoid him, not trying to meet him.
I don't want to meet him. I just want to find out who he is.
And then what?
And then I'll avoid him. No, he's not in.
So what now? You can't break in.
Not with 6 locks on the door. Hang on a minute.
Slade?
Might be able to get in through the window.
You can't climb up there.
Why not?
It's too far. You're going to break your neck.
Just keep your eye on the front door.
You could have got yourself killed.
I'm going to be shot at 6 o'clock tonight, remember? If I'd have fallen, it couldn't have happened, could it?
Not necessarily.
But very probably. So what's in here?
What are you looking for?
Something to tie him in with Ken Jabara.
Jabara?
I'm investigating his murder. According to you, Crowley had a particular interest in me, so why else would he shoot me?
I'm not sure it's that easy.
Meaning?
What was your first connection with Crowley? When was the first time you heard his name? It was me. I told you. I'm trespassing on the past. I should never have come.
Well, then let's split up.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm worried about you. Okay? Is that what you want to hear?
Ah. Oh, well, it'll make a great subject for a thesis when you get back to your own time zone.
I wish I knew what I was looking for.
Something to do with Jabara. Something to do with art.
Oh, look at this.
Campbell and Moore, Sutherland, Starger. Just a list of names.
Yeah, but he circled one. Sutherland.
Sutherland.
I'm sure that means something. I've seen it somewhere.
Crowley?
Who are you? What are you?
I'm with the police. You're under arrest, Crowley.
Oh, what for?
What for? For the murder of Ken Jabara.
Do you deny writing these letters to your husband?
You threatened to kill him?
Twice.
They're just words.
I still think it's quite a coincidence. You send these letters on the 14th and just 2 days later...
Look, if I was going to murder him, do you think I'd have written to him to advertise
found
it?
this hidden around the back.
Can you explain this, Mrs. Jabara?
My ex-husband gave it to me.
Then why hide it?
This shirt? What's this on the sleeve? This isn't paint.
It's blood.
So, what were you doing at Levinson's place? Levinson's Fine Art? Did you ever hear of Ken Jabara? Were you anywhere near his studio at 10 o'clock last night? Have you got something against me? Have we met before? Okay, fine. Don't want to talk. It's okay.
There we are, Frank. That's the charge sheet. I'll talk to him again in the morning.
OK, Slade.
Did he say anything?
He didn't need to. I can keep him here for 24 hours. It's 2:40 now, so he's not going to be shooting anyone at 6 o'clock.
I don't know.
You think he had a twin brother? I think his dad wants to shoot him.
No, it was him.
Well, then we've got nothing to worry about, have we? What time have you got to be back at the machine?
I travelled at 7:15.
Right, plenty of time to celebrate. You've done it. Changed the past. I'm safe.
All right, I'll tell you the truth. I went to the studio at about 10:15.
That's when your husband was shot.
I heard something. I thought it was a car. I still had the keys to the front door, so I let myself in. I don't know what I was going to do, argue with him, shout at him. But when I got in, he was already dead.
So what did you do then?
I went over to him. That must have been when I got blood on my shirt.
You didn't call the police?
I was going to. But then I saw the painting and I thought, why not? I wasn't in the will. I knew I wasn't going to get anything from him. And so... I only took what was rightfully mine.
Morris?
She did it, Chief.
For once, I'm inclined to agree with you. Right, Frank. I need a charge sheet. Louise Jabara.
The Jabara case, Chief?
Mm-hmm.
That's not possible.
Why not?
Well, Mr. Slade made an arrest a short while ago. John Crowley. I've got his charge sheet here.
Let me see that.
Where is Slade? He left a while ago.
This is all nonsense. There's nothing to link Jabara with this man Crowley. How did Slade get this? Assault, illegal entry. Has he gone out of his mind? I want this man released immediately. And find Slade.
Have a safe journey home, Mr. Crowley. And don't worry about the fare, we've paid.
Ascending arrow by the late Ken Jabara. The price is now at £300,000. Do I hear 350? Thank you, sir. £350,000. 400. 425. Thank you, sir. 450.
Slade, there's Levinson.
Selling at 450,000. Thank you.
Reserve price was only £40,000.
£100,000. That's quite a price rise.
I'm afraid it's inevitable, really. Mr. Jabara wasn't the most prolific of painters, and with his unexpected death... Are you a collector?
No, I came with someone who is, though, Brett Levinson.
Yes. Mr. Levinson used to do a lot of business with us.
Used to?
Well, it's fairly common knowledge. Mr. Levinson made some unwise investments. I understood he was no longer dealing.
Are we going back to the arcade?
I want to talk to Levinson about those paintings.
Red circles.
If he paid £30,000 each for them then, it's probably worth about...
£900,000.
I'd like to find out a little bit more about the guy who bought them. What's the time?
It's 5 o'clock. Why, what are you thinking?
1 hour until Crowley doesn't shoot me.
Good afternoon, sir. No alarms. Don't even move. I want the diamonds now.
What about Louise Jabara?
What about her?
She had every reason to hate her ex-husband. There's still that missing picture.
You think she killed him?
Well, Slade.
What?
The jewellery shop.
We haven't got time to go shopping.
No, the name.
Sutherland.
Sutherland. That was in Crowley's book. Kemble and Moore. Sutherland. Star. They must all be jewellers.
And this must have been the one he decided to rob.
So funny.
Well, don't you see? When we saw him before here, he was obviously casing the joint.
Slade.
Crowley!
Crowley!
Drop the gun, Crowley! I mean it!
Nobody move!
What are you doing here? What do you want?
Shut up! Shut up! Get back! Get back!
All right, what's happened?
It's a jewel robbery, Chief. Or it was. The target was cornered and now he's taking hostages in there.
Anyone know who he is?
Yes, Chief.
Well,
It's Crowley.
Crowley?
Yes, Chief, the guy Slade arrested. The one you released. Slade's here, too.
Would you mind telling me what's going on?
Why did you let Crowley go?
Because he'd done nothing wrong.
Well, he's done something wrong now.
Yes, Slade, but usually we wait for someone to commit a crime before we arrest them. It's normal police procedure.
We've got the phone link, Chief.
Call him.
Mummy, I want to go home.
Please, my sons are frightened. You don't need to hold them.
Be quiet.
I'm a wealthy man. The police aren't going to do anything while I'm here. Let my wife and sons go.
Be quiet.
Please, don't antagonize him. May I answer it? I rather think it'll be the police.
Go.
Hello? Yes, this is Brett Levinson. Yes, we are. There are 5 of us. Yes, he is. They want to talk to you.
All right, Crowley, this is Kate Grisham, and I'm in charge. You've nowhere to go, so you might as well put down your gun before I'm forced to open fire.
Oh, that's right. Don't alarm him.
What? Why? Yes, he is here. He says he'll negotiate, but only with you. He wants you in the shop.
Look, I'd love to help, Chief, but I'm not trained in hostage negotiation.
Well, I'm not sure that's relevant.
Wait a minute, you've got a dozen men here. You don't need me. Send in Nicky or Morris.
You're the one who arrested him. You're the one he wants to see.
Well, tough. You can talk to someone else.
He says if he doesn't talk to you, he's going to start shooting. Now, there's a woman and 2 kids in there. Are you really going to walk away from this?
You can't go in there. He's going to shoot you.
Won't talk to anyone else.
Well, he'll have to.
No. No, for once, Grisham's right. This is my fault. Crowley was on the edge. I pushed him over.
I'm coming in with you.
You can't risk it. You've got to get back to the machine. Besides, anything could happen in there.
No, we know exactly what is going to happen in there.
Well, you should be pleased with yourself. At least you proved your point. Can't change the past. First law of time, right?
Do you think that matters now?
Go back to the machine, Holly. Go back to your own time zone. There's nothing you can do here.
I can't just walk out on you.
It's all you can do.
Ready?
Yes, Chief.
Now, don't try anything clever. Just see if you can talk him out of there.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Are you going to be okay, Slade?
Sure. What time is it?
6:45.
It would be.
In.
Let the family go first, Crowley. You've got me, you've got Levinson. Let them go first.
Okay. Go. In.
They're moving inside.
I arrest you, and now you've got me, Crowley. I'd say that makes us even.
Shut up. Why did you tell him just to release a family? Why not me?
Women and children first, Brett. Where's your sense of adventure?
What are they doing?
Window shopping?
Well, what's in there?
Nothing, just storage.
Well, open it.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Open it.
There's no point.
Open it.
What's this, Levinson? Your bargain basement?
It's storage.
So what now?
I don't know. I don't know. I need time to think.
I thought you said there was no way out of here.
There isn't.
Out that window.
Levinson! Drop it!
There's been a gunshot. Repeat, a single gunshot.
Who is it? Robson. Is it Slade?
Don't believe it. She got it wrong.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Slade.
Kenjibara, the pictures.
That's right, Mrs. Slade. Red circles.
Stop! Robson, take this! Robson, get an ambulance! Go on, quick!
man who has been shot has been identified as Detective Jeffrey Slade, and behind me I can see paramedics rushing him to intensive care. I see they're bringing out a second body. According to first reports, he's been identified as a known criminal, John Crowley.
I shot Crowley. I didn't mean to, but...
What exactly happened, Mr. Levinson?
The police officer, Slade, managed to grab hold of Crowley. There was a fight. There's nothing I could do. The gun went off.
So Crowley shot Slade?
Yes. Then Crowley dropped the gun and I snatched it. I didn't know what I was doing. I aimed the gun at Crowley and I fired it.
Holly, how'd it go?
What?
Was that big talk of yours you said you were giving today?
Oh, yes.
What was it all about?
I was outlining a theory, a scientific theory. All my work, everything I believe in is based on it.
So, how'd it go?
I was proved right.
I'm ringing about the police officer they just brought in. Is he going to be all right? I'm his brother.
He's still very unstable, I'm afraid. We're waiting to operate.
Thank you.
Excuse me, where can I find Slade?
I'm sorry, didn't you just leave?
What?
You asked about Mr. Slade, then you ran out.
Well, I've come back. Levinson?
You?
Levinson!
Okay, boys, it's all yours. You're right.
Slade?
Where's the brakes then? Levinson had to kill me. When I saw the 3 red circles down in his basement, he knew that I'd realized he'd lied. And after that, everything would make sense.
So Levinson killed Jabara because of the paintings?
He was going out of business. All he had was the 3 red circles. He paid $90,000 for them, and with Jabara dead...
They'd be worth almost $1 million.
He came in the back way, into Jabara's studio. He shot him. And then a few moments later, Louise Jabara came in through the front door. And the rest we know.
Do we?
Think about it, Morris.
So, why the elaborate pretense, the hospital and all of that?
Because I didn't have anything on him. Not for Jabara's murder, and certainly not for my own. So, when I came to, I set a little trap.
You pretended to be hurt so that Levinson would be forced to come back and finish you off.
Then why weren't you killed?
Yeah, that's a good question. Levinson must have fired at point-blank range.
He did. But I had this in my pocket. It's Crowley's notebook. A couple of inches of leather and paper. It's funny. I had a feeling he was going to try and kill me. But in the end, he saved my life.
It's all very well and good, Slade. But why did you arrest Crowley in the first place?
Intuition. I owe you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. You saved my life. You and the machine. If you hadn't travelled back...
No, I didn't save your life. I nearly got you killed.
No, that's not true. Because I wouldn't have had that book in my pocket if it wasn't for you.
You don't understand. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have got shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because if it wasn't for you, I would never have heard of Crowley. And if I hadn't gone after him...
You wouldn't have been shot.
Looks like you owe me.
Wait a minute.
That's okay. If a case comes up and I think you and the machine can help...
Forget it, Slade.
I'll be in touch.